चला.
Hi friends, this is Rahul Chogule from GA College of Commerce Sangli. Here this is the fourth video which I am sending here for standard 12th commerce subject secretarial practice. Topic number first, which one is introduction to corporate finance. Here at last few lectures, at last few video we have completed up to fixed capital. We have completed meaning of fixed capital and factors affecting requirement of fixed capital, and in this video we are going to discuss about the number second part of capital requirement, which one is known as a working capital. Dear friends, working capital, it is a capital which is essential for every business activity for day to day business operations, and for that purpose every business need to have such working capital. Every business need to estimate such requirement of such working capital after estimation of fixed capital. Such working capital is essential to execute our business functions smoothly, and such working capital is also required. Such working capital is required to maintain sufficient raw material, to maintain sufficient finished goods, and even to keep such finished goods into retail store, into store for selling purpose. For this part we need to have sufficient working capital. Afterwards, for what purpose it required, such part we are going to discuss with the few points. Number first, working capital is required for inventories. It is required for stock which is essential to maintain by every business organization. Such stock may be in the form of raw material or maybe in the form of finished goods. Even such working capital is required for financing receivable. Many time we conduct our business activity on cash sale or even on credit sale also. If we are conducting our business activity on the basis of credit sale, definitely we need to use a maximum amount of working capital, because from the day of sale to the recovery of working capital, for such period we can't stop our business overheads, we can't stop our day to day business expenses, and for that purpose we need to have sufficient working capital. Means as per the displayed on our screen, we can see that working capital is required for maintain sufficient stock. Working capital is required for bills receivable, and also working capital is required to maintain day to day business expenses. After the completion of such part, we are going to discuss the next point, which one is known as a definition of working capital. There are two definitions explained by Professor Justin Berg and Professor J.S. Mill. Number first definition, which is explained by Professor Justin Berg. What is mean by working capital? The excess of total assets over the excess of current assets over current liability, it is known as a working capital. In simple language we can say that the current assets minus current liability, it is known as a working capital. Such working capital is also known as a net working capital. Such working capital is also known as a circulating capital. Means simply we can say that the excess of current assets over the current liabilities means the amount which is extra from the current liabilities, known as a working capital. Number second definition, which is expressed by Professor J.S. Mill. It is a very simple definition. What is mean by working capital? Here working capital means the sum of current assets is working capital. Here we can say that as per the Professor J.S. Mill, the total amount of current assets known as a working capital here, and so such working capital, it is known as a gross working capital also. Of course, Justin Berg explained the exact working capital, so it is known as a net amount of working capital, because here it is the working capital which comes from the deduction of current liabilities from current assets, so it is a net working capital. But as per the Professor G.S. Mill, working capital means just it is a total of current assets, so it is known as a gross working capital. Dear friends, we can also see such working capital in this format also. Gross working capital means it is a just total of current assets, and net working capital means it is a current assets minus current liabilities. Okay, these are the basic parts, these are the basic definitions of working capital. Now we are going to look after the next part, which one is known as a factors affecting working capital. Just we have discussed the factors affecting requirement of fixed capital, as like we are also going to discuss the next part, which one is known as the factors affecting requirement of working capital. Number first, nature of business activity. Of course, the requirement of working capital is based on the nature of business. What type of business, it is a very important. If we are conducting any manufacturing unit, if our firm is engaged in any manufacturing unit, then definitely it need to have less amount of working capital compared to other firm businesses, other form of businesses. Like if our company, if your business is conducting any trading or any consumable goods, then definitely for these type of business activities which engaged in trading activity, of course it need to have more working capital comparatively manufacturing units, because manufacturing units need maximum amount of fixed capital and less amount of working capital. But such type of trading activities, the business which is engaged in a retail business activity, it need a very large amount of working capital. Afterwards, second point, we can see that size of business activity. Here also the large scale business activity need the large amount of working capital, and the small business activity need a small amount of working capital. Means the size of business also affect the requirement of working capital. Number third, we can say here the volume of sale. Definitely the volume of sale, the size of sale, if it is a large, then definitely the amount of working capital also required at large quantity. But if the volume of sale is a very less, then it required very less amount of working capital. Means we can say here, if volume of sale is increasing day by day, definitely it required the increasing working capital, and vice versa we can say here. Means of course it is depends upon volume of sale. Afterwards, number fourth point, production cycle. Then what is production cycle? Production cycle means it is a process of converting raw material into finished goods. This is the production cycle. And if the production cycle is longer, if production cycle is lengthy, definitely such a type of businesses need to have a large amount of working capital. But the manufacturing units which having a very short production cycle, very short process to convert our raw material into finished goods, then these type of businesses required very small amount of working capital. Afterwards, we can say here business cycle is also important. Business cycle means if there is a prosperity, if there is a boom in economy, definitely the volume of sale, the quantity of sale is increases, which lead to invest a large amount of working capital in stock, in finished goods, even for sale purpose also. Means we can say that in boom period, in prosperity period, company need to invest a large amount of working capital, and vice versa we can say that in recession period, company need to invest very less amount in working capital. Afterwards we can go for our sixth point, terms of purchases and sales. Terms of purchases and sales means the condition of purchase. If credit facility, if we are getting credit facility for purchase, and same time if we are using a very strict credit facility for sale, definitely these type of business activities need very less amount of working capital. Simply I am repeating such point once again. If any business is getting a very liberal credit facility for our purchase, and same time if it is a practicing very conservative policy, credit policy for sale purpose, then these type of business activity need to have a very less amount of working capital, and such condition we can think on the basis of vice versa. And another side, if credit term of purchase is not favorable, and same time we are selling our goods on credit basis, then these type of business activity required a large amount of working capital. Means, dear friends, dear student, we can say here the requirement of working capital is also depends upon condition, credit condition for purchase and sale. If we are getting credit facility easily on purchase, and if we are not allowing credit facility on sale, then we need less amount of working capital, and vice versa. Afterwards, dear friends, we can go for next point, which one is known as a credit control. Of course, as we are discussing that in this modern era also, we can't conduct our business activity without using credit sale, but we must have a proper control on credit, and that affects on the requirement of working capital. If a proper control is applicable for credit, then definitely we can conduct our business activity with the very less amount. Means we can see that if we are conducting our business policy on the credit sale basis, if we are using the method of credit sale, but same time if we having a proper system for collection, if we having a proper system for recovery, then it need a very less amount of working capital. But same time if we are using the liberal policy for credit sale, means if there is a problem in collection of funds, if there is a problem in collection of recoveries of credit sale, if there are increasingly bad debts, then these type of business activities required a large amount of working capital. Definitely, dear friends, we can say here the credit control is one of the important part in business activity which decide the requirement of working capital. Afterwards, we can say that growth and expansion. If our business is growing, if our business is continuously growing, then we need to increase our sale, we need to increase our investment, and definitely we need to increase our investment in working capital. Means continuous growth, it will be a reason for a requirement of large amount of working capital. And even if any business is thinking about the expansion of our business activity, definitely it also need to have a large amount of working capital, and such condition we may think on the basis of vice versa. If there is a no growth, if company is not thinking about the expansion, then this type of businesses required a less amount of working capital. Afterwards, we can see here the ninth point, known as a management ability. If the company management is able to maintain proper coordination between all department, like production to distribution of goods, definitely it need a very short amount of working capital. Means the ability of management, means the capacity of management is very important here. The skill of management is very important here, because which also affect the ability of management, also affect the requirement of working capital. If they are keeping the proper coordination between all department, then definitely they need a very less working capital. And dear friends, this is the last point which we can say, the requirement of working capital. Of course, this is the 10 point, external factors. There may be few external factors which affect the requirement of working capital, like if banking system, if financial institutions are providing funds easily, then the requirement of working capital reduces very fastly, very rapidly. But if such financial institutions are not able to give us the facility, like credit facility, such financing institutions are not in our favor, then we need to invest large amount of working capital. And of course, the last point, which one is known as a requirement of cash. If we are conducting any business activity which require the large amount of cash balance in our business, then definitely, so we can say here, these type of business firm required a large amount of working capital here. And the business firm which required very less amount of working capital, which require very less amount of cash in our drawer with them, then requirement of working capital very less. Means we can say here, the requirement of cash in our business decide the requirement of working capital. Okay, dear friends, this is the working capital. These are the points which affects the requirement of working capital. Dear friends, thank you. Here we are going to stop our lecture. Once again, I would like to thank you, all of you, for viewing my these videos. This is my fourth videos. Dear friends, dear students, if you have any queries, you may contact on my mobile number, and also you may contact on my mail also. Thank you very much.